Welcome to Conscious Creation with actress, author, and healer, Dee Wallace. If you want to take charge of your life, really take charge of your life, the next hour will be a fun, enlightening experience in creating the life you want. Whether it's money, health, success, or relationships, join Dee in celebrating the power of you and see your life expand into joyful creation. To join Dee live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Time, call 206-402-0100 and enter PIN number 161329#. And don't forget, Dee can also be heard on BBS Radio, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and live at Oneness Talk Radio. You can also hear Dee on Transformation Talk Radio and on her YouTube channel, Dee Wallace Official. And now, here's Dee.
Hello, all you beautiful people that I love, and I do. I'm coming to you again from my home in Woodland Hills, California. But I'm getting ready, boy, to be a traveling fool. I have 2 movies in April, and I have a very big movie I'm doing in May, so you'll be hearing from me from the road, as they say. All right, so it's very interesting. I got emails over the entire spectrum. Dee, what the hell is Project 2025? And why would you do a webinar on Project 2025? Okay, so I'm going to read you what it is. Project 2025 was created and published by the conservative think tank Heritage Foundation. They call it the Mandate for Leadership. It is a 922-page document with 30 chapters, backed by a $22 million budget. It is a policy wish list for the next Republican president. At least 140 people who worked in the Trump organization had a hand in Project 2025 and helped write the doctrine. Mr. Trump declares he's never read it and knows very little about it, but he is mentioned 300 times in the mandate. Okay, so why am I doing this? Because I'm a teacher. If you're not educated, you cannot participate in creating the civil world of love and dignity and fairness that our work stands for. Now, of course, as soon as I create a webinar, all kinds of stuff start coming into my life to verify, inform, etc., me of what the subject is about. So this week I had the opportunity to host friends, have dinner with friends one night with friends that all support President Trump, and one night where everyone is against what's going on. And I have to tell you guys, the volatility in both groups was the same. Everybody is pissed off. And we know that under anger is always fear or grief. We also know that fear and grief will not ever create what we want. Why? Because whatever you put your focus on and your energy into creates the world you live in. So, it was just so interesting to me that both sides were as angry and volatile as the other side. And so last night I sat down and I went, what the hell is all the anger and hate? What is the greatest thing we can learn from that? And they took me to the play Hamilton and the song, I Won't Give Up My Shot. I'll never give up my shot, whatever it is. Okay, so that means I'm not going to give my shot at creating the Constitution, the freedom, the New World Order. And when we go into anger and hate toward the other side, we are giving up our shot. We are losing our power. We are creating what we do not want, which takes us out of the balance of masculine and feminine energy, which, by the way, guys, if there's any directions you are using right now, get up every day and go to bed every night, directing from love. I am the light of my balanced brain. I am the balance of masculine and feminine energy in the creation of me and my life. I have a very good friend who is moving back to Canada because she has the same visa as a woman who was just imprisoned by ICE. It's crazy. So what do we want? Fairness, civility, respect. We want to honor our fellow man. I mean, I had one of my friends actually say to me, because I said to them, the anger about all this is killing you. And they said to me, I don't care. I'm not giving up my anger. You, in this moment of time, have a choice. You have a choice. Are you going to live the work that we do here? Because it's going to affect your life and it's going to affect the life of this country and the world. I will get off my soapbox, but I hope you heard my message, and I hope you join us for the webinar this Wednesday. The more we understand what all of this is about and do the work to stay out of reaction and in balance, the greater the work we do for the country and for our own health. Okay, we're going to balance everything I just talked about, invoking the symbol formula. Violet flame, golden light. We are divine love, and so it is. Please have your questions ready. We have a mess of callers on the line today. All right, and we're going to start with Gina in California. You're on.
Hi, Dee.
Hi, babe.
Wow. Thank you for that.
Yeah, yes.
And it confirms what I've heard from other people, other healers, is to, I have to just say the story, is that one of the women I work with said, okay, when you think of Trump, you need to think of something nice about him. And I said, I can't. I can't. I just can't. It's all negative. She goes, no. Do you like the color of his suit? Like she had me saying, okay, I like navy blue. So whenever I think of Trump, I'm supposed to think of how much I like the color navy blue, the color of his suit. Just to confirm your point that we need to neutralize our anger and our hatred.
Yeah, you have to bring yourself back to the 0 point.
Yes. It's very difficult for me to do. And
how about you start saying it's really easy for you to do?
Okay, it's really easy. Thank you. It's really easy.
Because every time you say it's really hard, you're giving yourself a direction to make it hard. You know that.
Okay, it's really easy.
Okay. Now, what did you call in about?
I called in about the fact that I'm getting my wisdom tooth out on Thursday. It's pretty old.
First thing I heard, Gina, is it's going to help your sinuses.
Okay, all right.
First thing I heard.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that was just my question was, what do I need to get into alignment for this to be successful?
Just know it already is. That's the only thing. I've had all my wisdom teeth out. It's a piece of cake.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm doing it with somebody who's very, he's holistic. He does the stem cell treatment. I mean, he knows what he's doing.
I get a big yes on that.
All
right. Go have fun. Don't get dumber, though, just because you're having your wisdom teeth. Oh, my sad attempt at humor there. Thanks for calling in, baby. I love you, too. Okay, and the switchboard is like all over the place. Okay, I'm going to take Reva here in California. You're on.
Well, good morning.
Hi, baby cakes.
All righty. Well, we've worked on this because I've gotten very sick, as you know, over the past couple of years.
Yes, ma'am.
And so yesterday when we were together, we talked about the balance and the anger, and the other friend who says, I don't care if I die, I ain't giving it up. And I went right to, for me, the fourth step of AA, searching and fearless moral inventory, and then moving into being willing to give up what are called in the book character flaws. And self-righteous anger is one of them. And I looked it up this morning, and that is described as anger fueled by a belief in one's own moral superiority, which we discussed yesterday, that when we're so angry about that, it's because we feel, but we're right, people aren't being treated well. And we do become them.
Yeah.
And when I said to you afterwards, what came up for me is, am I willing to be well and feel good over having my self-righteous anger?
Yes, ma'am.
And it has
well
to be
said. And what did you decide, Reva?
I decided yes.
Yeah, you bet.
It has to be a yes, because the way I have felt is not a quality of life.
No. Well, it's a quality of life that you don't want.
Well,
for sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
And, guys, the channel has told me over and over and over again, the basis of all cancer is anger.
Mm-hmm.
It breaks your body down. It breaks your mind down.
Yep.
Definitely screws with your focus and doesn't let you focus on what you want.
Right.
So everybody make a choice right now.
And this example came to me, that when we have animals, cats, dogs, whatever, and it comes that time when we're going, oh boy, I've always gone to, how is their quality of life?
Yeah.
And I must direct that back to me.
Thank you. Well said, and I love you to pieces. Thanks
love
for calling
you big,
in.
baby.
Yeah, you too, baby. Well, good. All right, we're going to Lee in Hawaii. You're on.
Oh, good, beautiful day to you, everyone, and in the community. Okay, so I have a question, but I first want to talk about Project 25 because that's what you brought up. I started reading the Project 2025 document, and I could find myself just becoming incensed. And I realized it was because I don't have that kind of money, or I've never had access to that kind of money that's flowing in those channels of the people who created it. And I realized when you said you were going to do the webinar, I realized, okay, I'm going to get really busy. I'm going to do the work around this. What is causing me to have all this anger? So I put Project 2025 into my chat GPT and asked it to compare it to the Constitution of the United States.
Yeah, that's part of what we're going to talk about. Go ahead.
And the first thing that it said was exactly what we in this community have been claiming and directing our energy for. These documents center truthfulness, integrity, equanimity, and interdependence through limitations on centralized power, protection of minority rights, and a future of collective well-being.
Okay, so let me get this straight. The AI said that this is in agreement or disagreement with the Constitution? Disagreement.
It's completely in opposition. It's completely in opposition.
Yeah.
And it created a chart showing it. But what I wanted to bring up was that even though this quote unquote imperfect union that the country that we've never actually created, it's like Project 2025 is claiming to dismantle an administrative state, but it's dismantling something that has never in fact been created, because if we are a country of truthfulness, integrity, equanimity, and interdependence, there would never be war. There would never be slavery. There would never be unequal rights.
Exactly. Yeah. And
so let us build that country.
I want to be very clear with everybody. My intention and my purpose in doing this webinar is to educate and hold myself absolutely separate. My job is to channel the highest understanding. And when they gave me that song from Hamilton, it really summed it up for me. What we want is we want to create the country that we choose. We give that up when we move into the anger and the hate. So we're literally working against what we want. But, and my job on this Wednesday night is to, from a very removed, objective place, channel the highest truth and information. So it's not a let's bash them or let's celebrate us or we're better than or they're worse than. Or it's not about any of that, guys. It's about the highest understandings we can have to continue to live in love and power in the creation of a democracy. I want to be clear about that. Thanks, Lee. Did you have another question, honey?
I do, actually. I had a question, but you started with Project 2025. So
yeah, that's okay. What's your question?
Okay, so I saw your beautiful show about what does your little child want on John Burgos.
Oh,
this
yeah,
week.
yeah.
And
thank you.
When you began it, you talked about how many of you were taught you can do anything, you're smart, and the world loves you. And it just floored me because I remember my dad sitting me down explicitly and telling me the world doesn't love you.
Yeah.
And I'd really like some help with that one today, if you could.
Okay. So, guys, you know that the channel says we pick the families we're born into. Usually to learn what we don't want. So when we learn that we are the creators of our own lives, we know what we do want. So in this moment right now, we're going to thank your dad. Thank you, Daddy, for teaching me what I don't want, so that in this moment right now, I clearly know that I choose to see a world that loves me, honors me, celebrates me. I choose to parent myself now with those beliefs. So it is, baby case. See, guys, if you just look at the limitations of your childhood, you will discover where and how to redirect your life now into the power you want it to be. Just like when my grandmother said, they're the rich people, we are the good people. You know, not a belief I want. I love money. Yeah. And I know that my consciousness is what creates the power behind my money. Right?
Right on. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you. I hope you got your answer, baby.
I sure did. Thanks, Dee.
Okay. You bet. All righty. We are going to Margie in New York. You're on.
Hi, Dee.
Hi, babe.
Well, that's funny. I just listened to the little child one also.
Oh, the John Burgos program? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And it was wonderful, as always.
Thank you.
And I was wondering what maybe my limiting belief might be.
Well, your little child's limiting belief,
yes.
Or your?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. The importance around your little child's highest limiting belief is that our children's beliefs within us keep pulling us back to try and keep us safe, when actually they're just limiting us. Hold on. Here. 30. Someone or something has to take my power away. So that could be the government. That could be your parents. That could be a significant other or a best friend or a disease or a lack of money. But someone or something has to take your power away. And I lovingly submit to all of you, not unless you choose to give it. You got your answer?
Well, I'm not sure what that is then.
Well, it doesn't matter. It can be a lot of things.
Oh.
Your direction is I am the powerful creation of me and my life. I am. Always and every moment. Otherwise, if you don't know that, if you don't step forward, if you don't claim it, someone or something will take your power because you're going, I don't have it.
Right. Okay.
Got it?
I got it. Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah, I can hear in your voice you got it, baby. Good for you. Okay. We're going to Jennifer in Houston. You're on.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I had an experience 2 weeks ago at a kid's birthday party where all of a sudden a 3-month-old baby stopped
All
breathing.
of a sudden, what, honey? I can't
A
quite
3-month-old
understand.
A 3-month-old baby just stopped breathing. EMS showed up, and it was quite an evening. The baby is fine. But it triggered an old trauma I had, and I was wondering what these two experiences are meant to tell me.
Okay, so let me get clear because the connection isn't real clear here. So you had some traumatic things happen and you've developed a tremor?
No. 2 weeks ago, I was at a birthday party, and a little baby stopped breathing, so we had to call 911, and all of the EMS showed up. And then over the past 2 weeks, it reminded me of another experience I'd had a long time ago in my life, and I was just wondering what those two experiences the channel has to say about them.
The first experience, can you tell me what it was quickly? What was the first experience it reminded you of? Basically, sweetheart, it's about control.
Somebody called the police.
Okay.
Basically.
It's about control. Okay. And your fear that when you're not in control, you die. And many of us have that fear and are taught it at a very early age. Okay? So what you want, and this is how it happens, guys. Something can happen to us at 3, and we create a belief, and we're not really aware of it, and then 10, 15, 20 years later, something happens, and it plugs us back into that belief we created that we didn't even know we created. And that's what's going on with you. So we're going to this page here. Number 20, when I value myself, I have to abandon myself, or everyone else has to abandon me, which means you have no control over your life, because if you abandon you, then God abandons you because you are the God of you. And when other people abandon you, they certainly are not there for you. And that all brings you back to, oh my God, I'm alone, I have no control, I'm not safe in the world. That's why it was, when a baby stops breathing, it's a hysterical moment for everybody. But you're asking what the two things have in common, and that's what it brought you back into. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So I am safe and I am secure in this world, and I am the power that creates me in my life. And when you do that, you are safe and secure in the world. It's a circle. You got it, Jen?
Yep.
Okay, good.
One more.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I cut you off. Didn't know we were going to keep going. Johanna in Florida, you're on.
Hi, Dee.
Hi, babe.
So I just want to briefly say, this doesn't have to do with my questions, but that when you spoke about the anger, that really sucked in anger, I don't have that for the current political situation, but I realized that I did have it towards my father. So I just love how the program, when we plug in every week, how it just affects anything that we need to work on, even if it isn't what's mentioned.
Yeah, thanks for that acknowledgement. And
so I'm grateful for
the
that.
channel, thank you, sweetheart. And the channel wants to add subconsciously, the president is the father of the country.
Yes.
Okay. So you mentioned
Thank
your
you.
father. They just wanted to make that connection for you. What's your other question, baby?
Okay, well, I have one mundane, and just
ask it, sweetheart. Just ask it.
Okay. I am about to switch phones, and I've been hesitant because I'd be switching out of an iPhone, which I've always had. I can still have the same number, into Verizon with a different phone called a Lively phone for older people, which I'm interested in because I just want something more simple.
What's your question?
Is that phone going to work for me? Or should
Absolutely.
Okay. And then my question is, what is my child's limiting belief?
Okay, hold on. Number 37. Oh, dear. This is a little...
Oh,
no. No. It's any limiting numbers or frequencies like grades, age, dollars that creates separation from creativity. And we're going to your age. So the message is, don't use your age as an excuse not to create what you want.
Oh my gosh, did you get that spot on?
Yeah,
I'm so aware of all the things that I want that I say you're too old.
Yeah, you're never too old, guys. Come on. Mother Teresa stopped a war with love in her 70s? Come on.
Well, I want to play tennis and go back to college.
Okay. There is nobody stopping you but your belief.
Well, yes, thank you. But I mean, if we were on screen, I would just be blushing red because this is far deeper than anything I could have possibly
Well,
imagined.
there you go. I'm happy to serve. Give me a song, any song that pops in.
Blackbird.
Blackbird sitting in... What is it?
Blackbird sitting in the edge. I can't even remember it now.
Yeah, anyway, the next line is, spread your golden wings and fly away.
And learn to fly.
Yeah, go fly, Johanna. You see, we keep living until we stop living because of our belief systems. People say, when are you going to retire? I say, what the hell does that mean? Who wants to retire when you love everything you do?
Well, I have seen that that is just a lie, my age, aside from the reality of it. It's really that, it's just that I've always said no to what I want, and this is just another way to say no.
It's another excuse. That's right. So,
right. True confessions here. Thank you so much.
So go watch Bob Newhart, Stop It, and you'll get it. Thank you. Love you.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye. Okay, if I can get the switchboard to work. Kimmy in Phoenix, you're on.
Hello, Supreme Sexiness.
Yes, I am, baby. What's up?
Well, this is a quasi follow-up. You had that pain in my right side. You said I should go see a DO. Oh, and I know you're not a doctor, but somewhere in your acting career you played one. So there we go.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Saw a DO. They did blood work, and they also did an ultrasound. So, I looked at my results online, and I have a benign cyst on my liver. Okay, not a big deal. It's benign. That's a good word. So I'm doing a follow-up with her this week about next steps and all that. So my question to you is, this benign cyst on my liver, what's energetic behind that? Is that anger?
No. Liver, however, is the seat of love. So now, knowing that, we're going to a core belief. Hold on. This page here. The first part, the second part. I want to go back, but I'm stuck here. And it has to do with your mom. So what comes up when I say that? Where do you want to go back to, Kim? What time do you want to go back to?
Wow. When she was.
Yeah, keep going.
When she was alive, and I didn't have to worry about anything because she took care of everything.
Yeah. Your turn now.
Yeah, okay.
You get to take care of things and create them the way you want it now.
Okay.
Oh my God. They're saying this is huge for you. Huge.
I can feel it, Dee.
Yeah. I can feel it too, and I very rarely take things on, as you know.
Yeah.
Because I've directed them to be that way. So,
yes, you have.
You know, we want to choose, not have to. We want to choose with joy and love the great opportunity of self-creation, guys. As long as we leave it up to somebody else, we are creating, well, we're not really creating, and we're creating, not creating, because we're still relying on them to create for us. Do you understand?
Okay. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second, but yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. All right, you got your answer?
Yes, ma'am.
I am the creation of me. I choose to make the decisions that are best for me, to create for me in every way. I know, and I'm clear, and the universe works with me to create everything I want. However you want to say that, the words don't matter, but the meaning does.
Then. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, great. I'm glad you found that, and I'm glad we found this. And now when you put the two things together, you see, when I say you've even thought about thanking the tumor and telling it that it can dissipate now, you got the message. So,
I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah, that's why the channel is thinking of it for you. Okay?
Oh, well, thank you, channel, and thank you, Dee.
You're welcome, sweetheart. And I'm glad you found an answer, and I'm glad, that it's really a positive answer that gives you direction and where to go now. Love you, sweetheart. Thank you for calling in. Okay, we're going to go to Iris in Philadelphia. You're on.
Hi, Dee.
Hi, babe.
Quick update on our private session. We were talking a lot about places to move to relocate to, and we've got a quick little weekend trip to Portland booked for next month.
Oh, good.
So we can check it out. Yeah,
good.
That feels like a really good next step to get, physically get there and see what we think. So
yeah, and Portland, I worked in Portland for some time on a project. There are a lot of different types of pockets energetically within Portland. So kind of travel around, research the different areas that Portland has to offer. That's what the channel is advising you. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank
you. Good.
Great.
Good. I'm glad you're following up on that, sweetheart.
Yeah, thank you. And then for question, this was something that kind of came up on the call last week. You were working with another caller and something about abandonment, and it really, I really connected for my little girl that she sees change equals abandonment.
Wow, I get a big yes on that, Iris.
Right.
And that's all there is change.
And I'm wanting change. I'm asking for change.
So
Speaking
what you want to direct yourself is I am safe and secure in all change that I create.
Beautiful.
Yeah? Okay. Because it's really, oh my God, change equals I'm not safe. That's what it's really about. Okay?
Yeah, and I'll do the process with from the little child webinar too with that. Thank you for the new new belief direction.
Yep, you bet. All right. Thank you.
Thank
Let me know how you like it, will you?
I will, yes. I will.
Okay. All right. Thanks for calling in, baby. Diana in New York, you're on. Whoops. Wait a minute. I think I pushed Debbie in Pennsylvania. Sorry. I'll come back to you, Diana, I promise. Debbie, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can.
Hi.
What's your question, babe?
The show has been great. What you talked about initially, it's hysterical because I actually had a dream. My family is totally divided. I'm on one side, they're on the other side. But I had a dream that Trump was with me. He didn't say a word. He had on his red Make America Great Again hat, and we went to my mom's house. It was hysterical. Like, he didn't say a word, but I just thought it was interesting that you brought that up, and the division that I experienced.
So according to my channel, everyone in a dream is you.
Right.
So you're
I was
Trump,
and I was my mom, and I was my aunt, and I was my sisters.
Right. So
yeah.
What is the message of that dream?
Well, I didn't really get a message out of it.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Okay, tell me.
We're all the same.
Right.
I'm you, you're me, we're him, he's us.
Right.
When you take the physical facade away, we're all energy.
We're all energy. We're all the same. Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
So don't react to the part of energy you don't want. That's the message to everybody. Okay, is there another question?
Yes, I had a question in respect to a situation. What's the best way for me to get in alignment with, so I have a wonderful resolution for the condo situation that I have with my younger son. We purchased a condo together. He got the financing. I put the money down. It's been almost 3 years. There was original agreements, things that were agreed to, nothing put in writing because
what's your question? What's your question?
This has been an ongoing, unresolved situation.
What's your question?
How do I create and get in alignment so there is a wonderful resolution?
Okay. When I say you want a wonderful resolution, it goes right to no.
Okay.
Okay. So, bottom line, Debbie, you want to win. That's much different than a peaceful resolution. That's what you have to get into balance and alignment. Do you want to win, or do you want a peaceful resolution that works for everybody?
I want a peaceful resolution that works for everybody.
Goes right to no.
Can't see, but it's not clear what that is, though.
Well, then you can't create it.
I know. And that's where I feel, and I know I'm not stuck, but I've felt stuck.
Yeah, you're never stuck.
Right.
But, sweetheart, energy will get stuck because you say, I don't know. I don't know what I want. Well, if I asked you as my director, what do you want out of this scene? And you go, I don't know. What the hell am I supposed to do as an actor? Well, that is exactly what the universe is doing with you, going, you got to tell us what you want. So sit down when you get off and write down everything positive that you want to happen. in the finalization of this resolution.
Okay.
Okay? That's where you have to start. And then you'll be good to go, they say.
Okay. And anything as far as me just feeling like I'm constantly looking for new things to do. Like, oh, I should do this. Oh, I should do this. Oh, I should do this.
Well, yeah,
does that have
because
to do with me not knowing what I want.
Yes, and when you do things like that, it keeps you from either doing and or finalizing the other things.
Yeah.
You see, it gives you an excuse.
Been a good starter. I've always been a good starter, Dee.
Okay, now I would start saying I'm a great finisher.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Love
Bye.
you.
See, you guys know it. As soon as I say it, you start laughing. Okay, Diana, you're on.
Hi, Dee. Okay,
Hi, babe.
So this call's been fantastic, and
Thank you.
as I've listened to every person, my question has changed, so I will try to be succinct. Tim the Chin, I feel like I'm going into overwhelm because every single statement is something that I needed to hear that came through today. Is there one
I am the
statement?
creation of me and my life.
Perfect. And like Kimmy, I was going to share that, you mentioned earlier in the call that, cancer comes from anger, and I feel like everything that came through today is relevant to the webinar. And I made a choice to leave a long-term career because I just felt angry all the time, and I'm facing some health diagnosis that I'm hoping will come out good. And
you're directing it.
Directing
to come out in your highest good. You're creating it right now. You're not waiting for the results. You're not waiting at all. You are creating health and wellness through love.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's a big difference.
You're right. And
I know.
I'm just, this call was everything I needed to hear, and
that's a true statement. I'm testing that. That's a true statement. Now, guys, I'm going to say what I say at the end of every private. The channel is giving you what to do. It's giving you clear direction, what to do. Now you've got to do it and live it. Otherwise, nothing changes.
That's the truth.
Just hearing it doesn't change anything. Okay?
That's the truth. Yep. Thank you.
All right, baby. Thank you. That was a good note. Great note to end on. I'm looking at some of the people I didn't get to. Again, guys, people start getting into the queue at 1:15. If you want to make sure I can take your call, please call in earlier than later. Okay. Boy, I hope you join me on this webinar. I am calling in all energy to bring in the highest and clearest information. So the more people who join who have that intention, the more you help create that. Let's say it loud and proud. Go to your love place. I love me. I love me. Woo! And I love me even more because I know that's what it's all about.
Thank you for joining Dee on Conscious Creation. Visit her website at imdwallace.com for awesome downloads, archived shows, enlightening webinars, and amazing free offerings. And remember, you can hear Dee every week on BBS Radio, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and live at Oneness Talk Radio. You can also hear Dee on Transformation Talk Radio and on her YouTube channel, Dee Wallace Official. Be sure to join us next week for Conscious Creation with Dee Wallace. And remember, loving yourself is the key to creation.